And you know, it's a condolences. I say I can't count them out as not being a parent involved.
Right.
You know.
When did the girls last live with you, Celina and her big sister?
I left the home at Caylee was age 3.
And so Celina would have been just a baby, I guess.
Yeah, she was just a baby. Yeah.
Okay, so they've really lived outside your home with their mother.
Yes, yes.
How would you, I know you have other children through other marriages, how will you explain to your own children, your surviving children, this sad loss of their sister?
Well, my son right now he's the oldest, and he's taking it the hardest. He's really upset. There's times he's angry, and there's times that he's confused, and there's times that he's sad. You know, he's going through these tough experiences himself. And like I said before, I haven't heard much from Caylee. I hope I could shortly see her or talk with her soon, because I'd like to know what's going on, see how she's doing, and make sure she's okay.
Have you reached out to your daughter and your ex-wife?
No, I haven't.
But you'll be doing that, or you'll just wait for them to reach out to you?
Time will tell. No, I can't. My doctor said not to put too much pressure on me either, where I've been in the hospital for the last 18 days.
Yeah, well, we certainly understand. And again, sir, our deepest thanks to you for being with us to help us understand the situation from your vantage point, and our deepest condolences to you and your family. We do appreciate you being with us.
Yes.
Also with us tonight is Bethany Marshall, who is a psychoanalyst and the author of the book Deal Breakers, and may be able to give us some insights, Ms. Marshall, on what one does say to a child, whether it's to Celina's surviving siblings, or I can only imagine that every kid in Stewartstown, New Hampshire is unnerved and unhinged about this terrible loss.
Well, I think, first of all, with children, you have to make sense for them of the broader context in which this happened. You have to let them know this is a very unusual event. Just because one little girl went missing, you have to tell the other children in her class, it doesn't mean that something bad is going to happen to them. But certainly, Deborah, something very bad happened in this household. And I am so concerned about this stepfather's mental health. And it's not just that he had paranoid schizophrenia, he had a stalking history. I listened to what Alexis Weed said just now. There was attempted assault, breaking into his ex-girlfriend's home, then being incompetent to stand trial. That tells me that he has the mentality of a stalker. They're rejection sensitive, they're rageful, they do not regulate their emotions. How was someone like this raising a little girl? And the fact that he was deemed incompetent to stand trial tells me he was not compliant with his medications. And this week, he's lying face down in front of the house. Is he on medications now? Who is treating him psychiatrically? Is he compliant with those medications? If not, what does it say about the oversight that this little girl had in that household, and the fact that she was 11 years old and had her own Facebook account? Where was the computer? Was it in her own room? Was anyone taking a look at who she was talking with online?
Let me add one thing to that, too. In the criminal investigation of 2003, the judge ruled, quote, he was a potentially serious likelihood of danger to himself and to others. We've got a couple of attorneys with this. I want to bring them in because this sounds like a legal issue to me. Alex Sanchez, you're a defense attorney. How could it possibly be that someone with this kind of judicial pronouncement on their record would be able to be in this close proximity with another individual's children?
You know, I'm very alarmed at what I'm hearing here, because for a judge to rule that a defendant is mentally incompetent to stand trial, that's a very high threshold. That means the person does not understand the nature of the charges that have been brought against him, or understand how to assist in his own defense. You have to be really out of it to be ruled incompetent. And as far as him being allowed to be around children, hey, if there was no prohibition against him marrying somebody, and there was no order blocking him from being around children or anybody else, he went and did it, and that's what happened.
Charlie Jordan is still with us. He's the editor of the Culprit Chronicle. Charlie, give us a little sense of what you know about the internet usage, both in terms of 11-year-old Celina having a Facebook account and what might have been entered into her account, and also any internet usage that you're aware of as a reporter covering Mr. Noyes, the stepdad.
Well, it's impossible to ignore these sources, potential sources, and we've looked at both Facebook accounts very closely. Celina had 35 listed friends, and we were able to establish that about 3 or 4 were real friends, and the others were very suspicious. I mean, I don't know how to describe them, but
suspicious like how? The little girl had sexually explicit friends photos?
It was under friends. Now I don't know. An 11-year-old would know what she's clicking on, but they had.